What's up, everybody? It's Frankie. We're going to talk about, in this video, when you got an agency where your phone and your email and your text messages and your WhatsApp and all that shit is constantly blowing up from clients and how to fix it. So let's get into that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you guys have ever had this experience, by the way. When I first achieved in my first agency, I want to say maybe like 2011, some real, like, actual financial success, actually made my life miserable. By the way, we're down at Del Mogote. I got the beach babes with me. Those are my ladies going for a walk. And what ended up happening is, I don't know if you've had this experience, but Sunday night, I'm working alone in a dark room, answering emails and constantly checking my phone, and all the time having to have this conversation at dinner or whatever. It's like, hold on, I just got to take this call real quick, and then you'd be on the phone 45 minutes or an hour, or hold, I just got to answer this email. Just 1 second, honey, just 1 second. And you end up having this agency that is the opposite of freedom. Tell him, Mel. Check it out, we got, my babes are swimming in the water. So how do you build an agency where this doesn't happen? And I'll tell you, the biggest thing that actually makes it happen is two things: your structure and your communication. In other words, how you set expectations. So thing number one is your structure, and I'll tell you the biggest reason this happens is people do too much custom work. And the easiest way to tell if you're doing too much custom work is, do you reuse the same materials over and over for clients? Does your agency run like that, where you have one system you sell again and again? Or do you solve the AdWords problem? Do you do a little SEO? Do you do a little e-commerce? Do you do a little bit of Facebook ads? Will you write an email copy if they ask? Will you design a website if they ask you to? Will you take on any project simply because you can? Got a little naked Zelda bee over there. That's my youngest. Running towards us. Zelda bee! Hello, my love. You want to say hello? Say hello. Alright, she's not having it. Where are you going, little bee? She's got a butt full of sand. Fantastic. So if you design your structure where you're always doing custom work, well, guess what? When you get to like 5 or 10 clients with custom work, you're going to be working like 40 to 80 hours a week, depending on the scope of the custom work. As where if you're reusing things, you can actually have 50 clients and be doing less work with 50 clients than you probably are as a custom person with 5. Second thing is your communication, and it's like, really, it's a matter of getting great at those expectation settings. What are the results going to be? How long is it going to take? What's it going to cost? And how are we going to communicate? But I'll tell you, the biggest thing, it's a mindset shift, is most people play defense on communication, meaning, here's the monthly report, and that's it. And then the client is left to figure out how to translate it into normal, everyday human English. Well, I'll tell you what works a lot better than the monthly report is proactively informing people. And I like to use what I call the accordion structure. An accordion, you know, contracts and it expands. And I like to think about it when you first get into a client relationship, that's when they trust you the least. They've had a lot of bad experiences before you. That is where you want to shrink the accordion and communicate more frequently than you would, say, later on. And once you've had that relationship a year and things are humming and they're getting results, then you can kind of expand the accordion. You don't have to contact them so frequently. So in the beginning, we actually proactively go out of our way. And I'll give you a couple examples of how we do this to create great client experiences. One of the things is when a client first signs with us, we send them a welcome edible arrangement, a little chocolate, salted caramel, apple, some cookies, and a note that says, "So happy to have you." Edible Arrangements usually delivers this within 3 hours of signing the contract, which is fucking amazing. Pretty amazing when a lawyer signs up with you. They've had nothing but bad experiences. They're a little worried that this one's going to be that way too. And then right away, a welcome letter or a welcome package arrives. Then they get a welcome letter from us. Then we send them a couple of videos to let them know we're setting up their account, where it's going, what's coming next, and we just go out of our way to keep them in the loop so that they're not guessing about what they're doing. You do that, and what happens is clients trust you, and when they trust you, they don't ask, they don't say call me, they don't demand things, they just kind of, for lack of a better term, leave you the fuck alone. And what you want are clients that you have that kind of trust where they just leave you the fuck alone. And what will happen is if you change those two things, your structure and your communication, you can actually have an agency where your phone is not blowing up. Because I've built both, by the way, ask me how I know that. I've had my phone blow up, and I've had an agency where I don't really check it all that often. In fact, I still sometimes today have a little bit of PTSD where I'll check my phone expecting like clients demanding things, and then remember, oh, that's right, I don't have that kind of agency anymore. Nobody's demanding anything. It's actually just pretty low key and runs pretty seamlessly. I still get questions every now and then somebody asks to talk to me, and I discretionary choose when I want to talk to people and don't. But I'll tell you what I don't have is like 40, 80 hours of meetings. So if you guys are finding where your phone is blowing up and you can't really detach and this whole thing feels like an electronic leash, those are the two things that'll fix it. So we're gonna go for a little swim now. The beach is beautiful, and that's really all I got for you guys in this one. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to do it. If you have any questions, by the way, drop them in the comments below. And that's all I got for you guys in this one. May the force be with you!